or the people who are sitting in the back, they can fill this gap. So you can see the presentation. This is helpful for all of us. Now you can see the presentation, and which will be very enriching and beneficial of all of you. Right? Settled? So can we say good afternoon?
Good afternoon, sir.
Some louder? Good afternoon, sir. I think it's a lunch time, so can we all get up and have some small exercise just to keep you active? It's very important. For all post lunch, we should have this kind of exercise. Okay, it's very simple one. Put your hand like this and try to touch the ceiling and keep your toes up on toes. Stand on toes. Try to touch the ceiling as much as you can possible. Thank you. Thank you so much. Done. Don't have to fly. So, let's start. Attention, please. So, how many of you subscribe newspaper? Yes, getting and subscribing both are the same thing. How many of you, can you raise your hand? Only I see 3 hands there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now next question. What was the headline of today? What is the important headlines? Tell me the 2 headlines of today's morning Times of India newspaper. Not much of discussion. You can raise the hand and you can give your answer. Rahul Gandhi? That is yesterday. Today morning newspaper. Please raise your hand and speak. That is very, very important, because then it clarifies the matter who knows, who doesn't know, rather than talking in among yourself. It's make the classroom more noisy. So any person who can raise the hand and tell that what is the today's headline of Times of India. So you all subscribe newspaper and you don't read newspaper? I think couple of hands, almost 15-20 hands were raised that yes, we get the newspaper. Okay, so I will help you. I have got some newspaper for you guys. Okay, and sir, please, can you ask the person to let's distribute this newspaper? So just to make your job much easier, I have got the newspaper, and then you can read. And then when we finish this lecture, then you can tell me what was the headline of today. Right? So, as sir introduced, we are, and I am from the Research and Market Development Division of Times of India. No, we don't want. And basic job is, our job starts when the copies get printed. Okay? When the copies get printed by the production team, then it gets handed over to us, and after that our job is to ensuring the reach. And why I am asking so, because giving the newspaper or printing the newspaper not is the end of the job. End of the job that somebody should read the newspaper. Like as you guys are getting the newspaper, but you are not reading it, and you are part of the journalism course. चलो अब बाद में पढ़ते हैं, आगे छोड़ो. So why we should have newspaper? Any answer? Why newspaper?
So that we can keep ourselves updated by the latest.
That yes, updated. Any other answer from that side?
It's a credible source.
Is a credible source. Very good. Good answer. I think we should clap for her. What's your name?
Anjali.
Anjali. Credible source. Any other information about the newspaper? Why we newspaper? Why we read newspaper? Why you should have newspaper? Why the print media exists? Want to say something? Any answer from that side? Okay. So newspaper is basically for 3 T's. Trust, because they say trust is basically credibility. No, because what is printed, वो हिंदी में कहते हैं ना जो छप गया वही सही है ना? Because we all know the social media gets lots of iterations, lots of changes, and what you see, that's not the exact information. But whatever is printed, that is the truth, and that is the trust. And the third T is teach. Teach means here by reading newspaper, you can improve your communication skills, with your thinking ability. When you are going to debate and discussions, you can have different perspective from different editorials, what their view have on any particular point. So these are the 3 T's which is important for newspaper. And Times of India, I have just kept, this is the 30th March printing, where it was declared that Times of India has the highest credibility and trust among all the sources of information like Facebook, BBC World. We are performing better than BBC World. BBC is for 56% and we are at 77.6%. You can see Instagram, which most of the guys follow. What is the credibility of Instagram? So I will just show you a small clip, and after that we will just talk about what all is done in sound is
this is a system where we receive the transmitted pages, and from this system we will just show you the pages that we have received. Yeah, this is the page that we have received from the editorial, and now the command will be given, and this page will go to this CTV machine. From here we will have a plate. Page will come out in the form of a plate. This is the plate, as you can see. Coming out of this CTV machine. This plate will be mounted on iron. Now as you can see, the plate is with us, and now we are going to take this plate to mount it on the iron plating machine. Now before we mount it on the plating machine, the plate is mounted. After this, the plate will be this is how the ribbon is mounted on the machine. As you can see, this screen is being mounted on the machine, and now as you can see, this screen has already been placed, and the machine is ready for the print.
The person is now unloading the vehicle.
So this is how the newspaper right from starting, printing, and then it is getting loaded to the trucks, and those trucks reaches to depots, and from the depot the vendor comes and picks up, and you have seen the people are inserting newspaper. So newspaper what you get at your home, it is not the same, it comes in two separate forms. One is the main newspaper and another is the supplement. So at the depot level, this is main paper and the supplement. Supplement gets added into the main paper. This is called insertion work, which the vendor does. And then he also systematically and methodologically writes all the addresses of the readers, and then accordingly he distributes and give the paper to the reader house. And this job he does precisely 365 days, and without fail. You would have seen that whenever there is some natural calamity, some rains, or anything, when any weather changes happens, many of the services get disrupted. Even the modern services like Zomato, Swiggy, when there is a rainfall, in the evening, suddenly we start getting on the phone that delivery will be delayed, or there is no delivery. We have got shortage of manpower, shortage of delivery boys. These all messages you will get. But in newspaper industry, we don't have that choice. We don't have that choice that today your paper will get delayed, or you may not get your paper. So see, the most modern technology, still they have got challenges of getting the service done 365 days without fail. But this newspaper industry works hard so much, and the systems are so aligned that things are getting distributed at your house at 6:30 a.m. and 7 a.m. every day, all 365 days, whether it is a war and whether it is any natural calamity. So that is the toughness of the job. What are the strategic priority the BCCL has? One is that our main objective is to grow English readership and consolidating the languages business, which we have got various, like we have got Maharashtra Times, we have got now Marat Times of the different languages. And then drive productivity. Of course, we want to make, I will show you the further that we have got a very strong project where we talks about that and we do the survey that how many people are getting newspaper before 6 o'clock. Because 6 a.m. is the time, when the traveling time has increased. The jobs, somebody living in Noida, working in Gurgaon, or people who are living in Gurgaon, working in Delhi, there is a traveling time of 2.5 hours. If you get a newspaper at your home at 8 o'clock, you may not have time to read them by the time you are on the move. So our objective is that before 6 o'clock, the paper should reach, and then only it will drive attention from the reader side. So that's how we all are aligned, and we are working on that how many percentage of paper we should reach before time. And empower and engage people, because it's very, very important of the engagement of readers with us. So we have got various programs where we keep on engaging readers that they should take the newspaper. The market construct, I will tell you, the Times of India is the only publication which has got national presence. Most of the newspaper or publications are very, very regional. Even our competitor in Delhi, Hindustan Times, they are also present in only 2 cities, Delhi and Mumbai. And Mumbai, their presence is very, very insignificant. So their main market is Delhi. Similarly, other companies like Hindu is particularly south dominated. They have circulation in Delhi, but they are very limited one. If you see, some papers are in Kolkata, Amrit Bazar Patrika, but this is restricted to Kolkata. It doesn't come here. Similarly, some papers like Dainik Bhaskar, Dainik Jagran, all these papers are dominating some geography and some particular languages. The Times of India is a true sense newspaper, English newspaper, which is coverage of 75 plus top cities of India. So as a product, because since we are in management, we must know what is the product. This product is a newspaper. The biggest challenge of the product is its shelf-life. Because whatever we consume today in all our day-to-day life, the product has got good shelf-life. Even if the milk has got a good shelf-life, so you can keep the milk for 3-4 days, and there are consumer durables, there are food, eating items, everything has got a life, and henceforth you have got an inventory as well. But in this case, there is no inventory, because the shelf life is 2-3 hours. If somebody will give you the newspaper at 9 o'clock, when you are already on the move, you may not read it, or you may not like to read it. When you come in the evening, you have got certain other jobs to do. So it's very, very important for us that 365 days we should reach to your house at 6 a.m.
So, I got a question regarding shelf life.
Yeah.
So न्यूज़पेपर की शेल्फ लाइफ 0 होती है, but कुछ सिटीज में जो स्मॉल
Zero नहीं होती. There are some hours.
2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
My question is, कुछ सिटीज में या कुछ स्मॉल टाउन्स में न्यूज़पेपर्स होते हैं वो लेट पहुंचते हैं, तो फिर तो वहाँ न्यूज़पेपर की शेल्फ लाइफ 0 नहीं हुई, क्योंकि people are consuming the newspaper and they are reading the news. भले वो लेट पढ़ते हैं पर पढ़ तो रहे हैं.
See, that is you are very right, and very good question and very good thought you have, that what is happening where we have got a late arrival of newspaper like the smaller cities. See, it's also important that what value the product you have. In cities, when the people have got today, the scenario has changed in last 3-4 years, when more of social media has come up. Even the newspaper, as consumption of news has gone down significantly, because what has happened yesterday night, you have already known, and morning it's getting printed. Why you read newspaper? Because you want to have the real truth. The social media which has given yesterday night, that may not be true exactly. Plus, you also get some different perspective, because every editor has got different point of view. So in smaller cities, what happens that since they don't have any source of information, why I say 2-3 hours? Once you see the newspaper, once you flip the pages, after that it has got no use. But suppose that I am in a city interior of Gorakhpur, and there the newspaper is reaching to my house at 10 o'clock. But problem is that before 10 I have not consumed anything. I have not seen any headlines. I have not seen any newspaper. So that is the relevance of newspaper is a big question today, because you have seen the newspaper news in the night itself. Like what is the In our days, sir will knows that, we used to get up in the morning to see the newspaper कि रात को जो मैच हो रहा था उसका रिजल्ट क्या निकला, कितने विकेट गिरे, किसने जीता. आज तो this problem is not there. We know the IPL results in the midnight because IPL matches are happening around 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, ending at 11, 11:30. Some of the cases newspaper will not able to print because we have to print the paper after 12 o'clock. So you are right, the product has got importance till you have not consumed it. So in interior cities, people are consuming newspaper news anyway very late. So once you have consumed it, then it has got no relevance. So this 2-3 hours, it doesn't relate only in the timing. It's that when you receive and after that 2-3 hours, it has got no value. Suppose that somebody gets a newspaper at 10 o'clock. For him, 12 o'clock is over. Even 10 minutes, he flips the pages and it is over. Pagination, usually we see most of the products are same standard in size. Like suppose that you are consuming anything, like you are consuming paste or shampoo or anything, it has got a standard ml, packaging, weight, everything. But here the newspaper is a variable product. Someday you will get 40 pages newspaper, someday you will get 22 pages newspaper. So pagination and product varies. The product has got two books, main paper and supplements. What is main paper and supplements? We call it hot and cold book. You see the supplements. Supplements are gets printed in the daytime. Like abhi, for tomorrow the supplements would have been printed in the press. But the hot paper is the main newspaper, which you see the cover page, the front page, because that captures the latest news. So that is a hot paper that gets printed and comes to you. Home delivered irrespective of type, floor, etc. People are now, we have got a big challenge in the distribution, sir. Like now we have got 30 floor building. Earlier Delhi used to be a 2-floor, 3-floor building, and there was a lane. You saw the person. This is a Chandigarh, video, and the person easily just driving, cycling, and throwing the papers left and right, or the second floor. Now the biggest challenge is that you are living in the 30th floor. You are living in 40th floor. See the challenge of a person who is going to 40th floor, and most of the societies, these guys are not allowed to use lift. And lift will, if they are allowed also, they will not use it because using lift is a time-taking business. Every time lift will open, somewhere it gets stuck and all. So what this guy does, he goes with the lift 40th floor, and from that floor he keeps on coming down, and every floor he keeps distributing the paper. So we have got various dynamics. We can't say that आप 40th floor पे रहते हो, हम आपको newspaper नहीं देंगे. ऐसा आप नहीं कह सकते. If you have subscribed newspaper, we have to deliver, irrespective. Like you see Zomato, if your distance is more than 5 kilometers, there will be extra delivery charges. And we have seen, and we are paying. Some restaurant is 20 kilometers far, you have to pay 200 rupees for the delivery charge. We can't afford this. You can't say this that you are living in 40th floor, so I will charge 3 rupees extra or 5 rupees extra. No, the paper is same, the cost is same. Timely delivery 363 days. We have got only 2 holidays. We are lucky. We have got 2 holidays at least. Holi and Diwali. When the newspaper gets printed, the next day, Holi day and Diwali day you will get it, but the next day you don't because we have got off. And we don't have any inventory. It's if you guys are in management, you know the comfort of having an inventory. We don't have here any comfort of inventory. It means we have to work. We can't sleep. We can't look here and there. We can't make excuses because consumers are waiting for us. So how is the supply chain? You would have seen in the video journey of newspaper. Main distribution products we have Bharat Times, Times of India, Economic Times, and day publication. You guys may be knowing there is a publication called Sandvi Times. So usually the traders, the shopkeepers, they love to read this newspaper because it captures the day news. It's a tabular form. It's not a full page newspaper. So how we have seen the video, the newspaper contents by editing, press, pages transmission. You have seen the plate. The guy was arranging a plate, and then printing and packaging. It was getting printed and packaged through the machine counting. Loading and dispatch, you have seen the truck was getting loaded from the plant and the guard was checking that how many copies are going out, because it's a very important thing to check that how many copies are going out of the transport. Unloading and dropping the points, like we have got depots. You would have seen, if anybody has got habit of going morning walk in the city, you will see that there are various drop points where all publications, the newspaper gets unloaded, and where the vendor comes in a group. One depot usually have about 100-150 vendors, and each vendor distributes around 200 plus. He takes 200 plus newspaper to go to the various houses, and then it reaches to the readers. So this is how it is. You have seen this video, so its visuals are much easy to explain. We have to also ensure the newspaper that it reaches. I have already talked about this. Whether it is a vehicle, whether it is transport, every day we have to do this. No Sunday, no holiday. Most of the companies are unless Sunday and holidays we don't have.
Sir?
Yeah.
तो आपने बोला कि बस प्रिंट में 2 छुट्टी मिलती है, तो इससे एम्प्लॉयज को प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती?
होती है।
क्या ये चीज़ तो नहीं लोग प्रिंट को लेकर आ सकते?
नहीं, प्रिंट में जाना चाहते हैं. People love to work. We have got so many resume lines for the employment.
एम्प्लॉयज को इलेक्ट्रॉनिक होती है, बस बाकी सेक्टर्स में ज़्यादा
It's a job. I will definitely tell you, it's a very good question coming into your mind, but if you guys restrict yourself while choosing the company in terms of how many days of working and what kind of job, then you will not learn in life. So, there are different jobs. आप कल कहो कि जितने भी कॉल सेंटर्स हैं, उनकी तो वर्किंग टाइम 11 बजे रात से सुबह के 6 बजे तक होती है, तो क्या हम वहाँ नहीं काम करेंगे, है ना? बहुत से ऐसे जॉब हैं जिनकी नाइट शिफ्ट ही होती है. इंटायर इंडस्ट्री प्रोडक्शन वर्क्स इन द नाइट शिफ्ट. जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बनाते हैं उनकी तो एक दिन की भी छुट्टी नहीं होती, वो कैसे काम करें? तो ये सब चीजें हैं. हाउ यू टेक चैलेंजेस इन लाइफ. कंफर्ट विल मेक यू लेजी एंड कंफर्ट विल unnecessarily lead to somewhere else. So I always believe that, and the industry attracts lots of talent, and we have people who are working. And I will just tell you the point he is making as just one important information. The BCCL, what is the age or span of people working in BCCL? Any guess? How many years an employee spent on an average? Today we have got X number of employees in the company in BCCL across country. What is the average age? Any guess? And this will answer his question. Any guess?
40-45.
No, I'm not age of joining. I'm saying how many years the employee spends time in this organization. How many years you work in the organization?
40 plus
Hmm? 5 years? 4 years?
40 plus years.
Don't talk age. I'm saying number of years spent.
Number of years spent. 40.
40 years, so nobody can spend, no? Because 58 is a retirement. And you can't start working at 10 years. 10 साल में तो आप काम नहीं करेंगे ना. आपकी एज क्या है अभी? आपने काम करना शुरू कर दिया? नहीं किया. तो थोड़ा सा मैथमेटिक्स तो आनी चाहिए. बेसिक मैथमेटिक्स. 20 plus. What is the average age, working age in the organizations of current organization? Google, what you are familiar with, YouTube. कितने साल वो बिताते हैं? एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कितने साल रहते हैं? Is the average age of industry is 2 to 3 years today. That is the average age people are spending in 3 years. After 3 years, people are getting upset. अब क्या करें? Where to go? What to do? But in BCCL, average age is, working age is 15 plus. We have got people who have started this organization and retiring in this organization. People have worked for 35 years, 30 years, 28 years, 25 years. So answer to this question is, there is no issue. People are working for 365 days. Because otherwise, people will not have stayed 30 years of, they have given 30 years of their life to the organization. And that is the beauty of this organization. So types of vehicle, we have got various modes of vehicle. I think this is a logistic thing. Different sizes, different capacity, different distances. So we have different metrics of vehicle going to the place. See, this is a, you can say this is a Delhi map. We have got plant here and how it's getting in. This is another plant. How the things are getting moved. So you can see this, and this on this platform, on this route, every day, 363 days we reach. We also manages all the obstacles. कि इंडिया गेट पे फार्मर्स ने धरना दे दिया है ना, बट पेपर आपके पास उसी समय पहुंचा है, वो स्ट्राइक है नहीं, कुछ भी हो रहा है सिटी में. There are so many events happening in city. Like 26 January, the entire central Delhi is closed for a couple of days, but paper reaches to the each house at 6 o'clock. This project I was talking about, so we have got a project Sunrise where we talk that how we ensure that the product is reaching. So we have got GPS in all the vehicles which we have, and through GPS we monitor that the vehicle is reaching at what time. Usually the reaching time to the depot of the vehicles are between 3 o'clock to 4:30. Because after 4:30 vendor comes in, he does his work and then he leaves to the for the distribution, and hence by 6 the newspaper reaches to the reader house. So we have the GPS in all the vehicles just to monitor that there is a problem in between there, because the transport is a transport, so there will be some fault, some accidents, some tire puncture, but still we ensure that the paper reaches, there is no delay. So this GPS helps us in terms of monitoring the entire movement of our transport, because the paper will not reach by 4:30 to any depot. Then it will have a ripple effect on the reaching to the reader house. We all know LPRS. I think you have seen the production presentation. So LPRS is last. Any feedback? Because we have attended the production lecture. What is LPRS? You are raising your hand.
Last page release schedule.
Yes. I think it's a big round of clap for it. So LPRS is last phase release. Okay. So after that, our work is started. Until is the phase because we can't print the paper incomplete. This is we have already seen how this. You can see during festival time where the mind-boggling work happens when the newspaper and pagination is more than 50 pages, 60 pages. See this guy. So this guy is writing the supplement into the main paper, and this is what it does. These are the certain things happen, like you see this is Livia thing is getting pasted, this is a moisturizer which will come to you. The organizations, the sponsor and the companies also use this tool as their advertisements or introduction of their products to the direct to the consumers. Like suppose that Livia has recently done the activity, like they wanted to reach to million houses through their product from the day one. And it happened because all the lakhs and lakhs of papers are reaching to the houses, and they are getting exposed to or introduced to Livia cream. So this is our pillars. I have already told lots of things about this: the timing, the relevant circulation. I will just tell you that what is the relevant circulation, because newspaper as an industry, we also generate, it's very important to monetize those papers which we are sending to the reader houses. Okay? And the advertiser will definitely advertise once your reach is good, and the reach with the right customers, right readers. So relevant circulation means Like suppose that most of the affluent people or the people who have got spending power are living in Gurgaon or in Noida or in Greater Noida or in South Delhi, you know. So we love to increase circulation there more, rather than increase the circulation in the villages where the buying power is less. So that is called relevant circulation. One is the circulation overall, that what is my circulation in Delhi NCR, but I will be more focused what is my circulation in South Delhi, what is my circulation in Gurgaon, rather than I am looking for what is my circulation in Sahadra, you know, because it all depends upon where is the buyers are, where I will advertise and people will buy that product. So that means the relevant circulation. Competitive advantage, because whenever the advertiser comes to us, to Times of India or to HT, they will always ask what is your circulation, what is your reach, how many people are reading newspaper. So until unless you have a competitive advantage, you will not be able to generate more income by selling your advertisements. And of course service. Now I am just slightly getting detail in terms of how we segment our market and how we reach to the different channels. So for you, maybe the newspaper is one product and one way to reaching the paper chapa or घर पे पहुंच गया. But it has got also channelization. The important channel is trade, where we send copies through vendors, where vendor comes to your house and distribute. Out of home, you know, like this institute, the copy comes here. That is called out of home, because you are not at home and consuming the product. You are out of the home. You are maybe in the railways. You are traveling by railway. You are traveling by airways, or you are going to a restaurant. You are going to cafe coffee day. These are the out of home places where also you will find newspaper. If you travel by Shatabdi or Tejas or Vande Bharat, all these trains, you will get a newspaper. If you are traveling by airlines, you will get newspaper at the airport and in the airline. You will go to cafe coffee days, you will find newspaper of Times of India. So this is the out of home channel. NIE is a newspaper in education. That is another vertical for us, where we are exposing children at the age of, in class 6 we start, and class 6 to class 12 we have got a specially designed paper only for the kids, where the paper is not that voluminous and it is more of some activities, crosswords, some quiz, some magic things, and also of course giving them the news, hardcore news, what is happening in the country or in the world. So that really works good for us, because you as a brand exposing the customers right at the age when he is developing, he is growing up. So when he grows up and have a job, he will of course look for Times of India, because he is familiar with that master. Because branding में क्या होता है? You are familiar with the brand, you are familiar with the logo. So if you are familiar with the Times of India logo, once you grow up and you start making a decision of your life, you will of course go for Times of India. It's a very good, very beautiful program for us. DSP is we have got reaches, the newspaper reaches in two formats to you. One is that you pay to the vendor every month when you buy the newspaper. Another format is that you pay 12 months in advance. And after 12 months in advance, you get the subscription and you will get coupons and you will get the paper from the company, and you will subscribe that format. That's called DSP, where we have got direct sales, direct subscription model. So what is the difference between these three channels? Trade is completely full price, where you pay the money to the vendor on the cover price of newspaper. What is the cover price of newspaper for Times of India today? Any idea? Any guess? Any? थोड़ा जोर से बोलो आप लोग. 2.5 rupees. Okay.
4.5. 2.5 rupees.
4.5. 4. It is 7. Okay. So we have got differential pricing. You are right. 2 days we give paper at 7, and rest of the days it is 5.5 rupees. So we have got differential pricing for weekends, Saturday and Sunday, because the product is different. Saturday products are very different because we have got lots of interesting articles and advertisements. The regular paper 5 days it is 5.5 rupees. So trade means you are getting a copy on the full cover price. On subscription, DSP means you are getting a copy in a subsidized rate. Like suppose that you multiply 6 rupees by 30, it's a 180 rupees on an average. I am just averaging the weekend of 7 rupees. So 180 rupees monthly bill. But when you subscribe newspaper for 12 months from us, you may pay only 3 rupees. It's almost 50% discount. Company gives just to ensure that, but you are with us for next 12 months. You are not going to go any other product. The company gives some discount for your loyalty to the product. And out of home is a free copies. When you go to airport, nobody charges the copies rate. If you go to railways, traveling by Shatabdi or any train, go train, Rajdhani, you will not be charged. So, in our entire distribution structure, the vendor is the most critical element because vendor is a common vendor. He is not my dedicated resource. He is a vendor who has got engagement with us only for morning 3 hours, morning 4 hours. The rest of the time, he may be working something else, he may be doing something else. So, we have to really engage this person, engage his motivations. And as you rightly said, we have to engage him for 363 days. In employee case, you may have some leave because government के हिसाब से आप 10-12 लीव ले सकते हैं, आप मेडिकल लीव ले सकते हैं, सिक लीव ले सकते हैं, अर्न लीव ले सकते हैं, नॉन अर्न कैजुअल लीव ले सकते हैं. बट इसके पास वो लीव्स भी नहीं. उसको 365 डेज उस जगह पे आना है, पेपर लेना है और लोगों के घर पे डालना है. He has got no supplement, no alternate. No replacement. So therefore, it is very important for us as an organization to keep engaging these guys. How to keep the motivation high. Okay. So and because he does this job for every day. So it's how we do it. We have a relationship program. We have we always celebrate their birthdays. We always celebrate their anniversaries. We participate in their functions. किसी की मैरिज फंक्शन है, उनमें हम लोग जाते हैं, उनको बुलाते हैं, उनको रिकॉग्नाइज करते हैं. We also, give a scholarship to their children wards who have done really excellent work. So this is how we keep on engaging them. Loyalty program, we do trade meets, Holi, Diwali, Eid. Rest of the people working in the organizations, other organizations, they must be enjoying their Holi and Diwali. But in our R&D department, celebrates Holi and Diwali with these guys. Because they are our business partners. We can't ignore them and it's an important festival for us. So this is how we will engage them. I say trade relationship is a 24/7/363. That's how we have got also issue of IWS because जब आप business करते हैं तो आपको day-to-day issues भी आते हैं. बहुत से लोगों को बोलते हैं कि हमारे घर में पेपर डाल के जाओ, अंदर डाल के जाओ, आप लॉक करके जाओ, आप मुझे बता के जाओ पेपर कहाँ है. So many things, the residents have got so many issues with the vendors. So we also resolve those issues on daily basis. We also we have got very good connect with all the RWS, where we also recognize them, we also run program for them, so they should subscribe newspaper for us. This is another things which I want to inform you that, since I told you this competitive advantage. So competitive advantage means I can declare that I am sending 2 million newspaper in the city. But I am saying this, I am printing it, who is certifying it? So to go to the advertiser, we have got certain certifications. And those certifications helps us in terms of charging money from the advertisers. Because that certification will tell in black and white is so much circulation of Times of India or so much circulation of any other newspaper. So we have got 3 types of certifications. One is circulation related and one is the readership related. There is a difference. Any guess what is the difference? What do you mean by circulation related and readership related? You guys are in journalism, you must.
Circulation basically quantity, like
number
number of copies that have been circulated in the cities,
But the readership is like the subscription, like people who are reading
The number of people
the number of
reading
people
the
newspaper is reading.
So the readership is 5 times more than the circulation because the readership is how many people have read the paper, and like if my father is reading a newspaper, I can read it with his newspaper. But circulation is how many copies happens. The
Yes.
readership is more than the circulation.
Yes, it is always it's written there. So it's a depends on the family size. You know, like suppose that one newspaper. Why companies more wants to go into out of home circulation? Because company is not generating any money. We are not charging any money. But suppose that in CCD I am sending 10 copies, and a whole day in CCD there are 200 people are coming, and one copy I have sent to your house, and you are reading it. You are a bachelor, you are reading the copy. And one house, there are mother, father, daughter, granddaughter, children are there. So readership will be completely different. But for cafe coffee day, the readership is 200. For a household of nuclear family, it is maybe 2 or 3. For a bachelor, it is 1. So that's how the readership is monitored. Even you will be knowing it's an interesting fact that readership of Hindi newspaper is more than the English newspaper. Any reason? Any reason why Hindi newspaper readership more than the English newspaper?
Target audience, basically like the Hindi newspaper, like people in India who language.
Also,
There are also language, many people in the
Yes.
country.
What to say?
so we've read this in Business of Print that reader newspapers are read more than the English newspaper.
Why?
Because people prefer their native language over
Because
other
people
language.
want,
No, okay.
because people, I'm sorry, because people want to know what is happening around their area. So that is the reason.
That will relate to the circulation. That will relate to circulation that more people, more households or people want to buy the newspaper, take the newspaper. But I think English newspaper circulation is more. Times of India is the, I think, world largest. Times of India is the world largest printed circulation newspaper. We are the leader.
Understanding of language, like more people understand Hindi better than English. Then maybe that's why Hindi papers are more popular than English papers.
So you all are right. I'm going to say something.
Also, in rural India, we find that people don't often read news online like in urban cities. So they rely more on newspapers to be informed about the general knowledge or what's going around in the country or the world. Whereas in urban cities, people can read on Google and on Insta or any platform. And
Yes.
there are news apps as well.
Correct. I think you all guys are right in your own way. But the biggest reason is the size of family. All the English newspaper means the person is qualified, the person is working, he is doing the job. So usually these families of English leadership is by and large the nuclear families. Means husband, wife and one child or 2 children. Okay? But in Hindi newspaper it is mainly joint families, the large family group. So एक न्यूज़पेपर आता है उसमें सभी लोग पढ़ते हैं, फैमिली में 5-6 मेंबर हैं, चाचा भी है, भतीजे भी रहते हैं, दादाजी भी रहते हैं, बेटा भी रहता है, ग्रैंड डॉटर भी रहती है, everybody reads. So the number of people per household is, so that household is same, like some of that Times of India is also reaching 10 lakh households and NBT is also reaching 10 lakh households. But NBT will be read by the more number of people because of the size of the family. Okay? So these are the 3 certifications which we have. One is the ABC, okay, Audit Bureau of Circulation. The second is RNI, and the third is IRS, Indian Readership Survey. And RNI is a government organization. It's basically Press of India. Is a leg of Press of India who also give the certification. So there are 3 certifications which any of 3 will help you in terms of negotiating and talking to the advertisers that what is my reach. The organizations, the private advertisers look for IRS because they are more interested in how many people are reading your newspaper. But hardcore number is the circulation number, how many copies you are printing. That is a fundamental difference. But these certifications are required to go to the manufacturer. This is my last slide. What challenges which we are facing? I think we all know these challenges, most of the things, and COVID has really accelerated those challenges because there is a lots of digital reach and digital penetration in the entire system, and we are too much digitally occupied, and getting a news not a choice, it's a given thing. Whenever you open a phone, you open a Google, you will get news. Whether you like to consume or whether you don't like to. But the only difference is that, and what we always tell the reader and tell the reading community, that in newspaper you got a choice to read. आपको क्या पढ़ना है, क्या नहीं पढ़ना है. आपको स्पोर्ट्स देखना है, या आपको इंटरनेशनल न्यूज देखना है, या आपको एडिटोरियल्स पढ़नी है. That's your choice. But in Google, when you open, you don't have any choice. That works on AI. Because आपने कुछ सर्च कर रहे हो and you are browsing something on some information, you will find that so that you have started browsing something on the UP government. So you will find that after 3-4 days, most of the news will be getting from the UP government. Or we are talking about international things. The international event will start reflecting. So here you don't have a choice. That's very, very important. And most of the news are always not true. There are lots of changes happens in between. You can write things. E-paper. Now after COVID, there was a touch was a biggest challenge for us. So most of the companies have went to the e-format. They went for the e-coupon. Okay? Sorry, e-paper. And now you can subscribe the newspaper accordingly. Shift in readership habit. The readership habit has shifted. We are now no more we are reading and writing is going out. हम लोग पहले लिखते थे. अब I think now the young generation is not writing even. They are typing it. So that has gone down. The importance of breaking news. पहले जैसे I told you that tomorrow morning you used to get up and see that what is the result. What is the result of that particular match. Today it is not more an exciting thing. Shortage of delivery boys and vendors because it's a 365 days work. In the morning, Zomato, Swiggy, Flipkart, all these guys are coming where you've got flexibility of doing the work or not doing the work. You log in for Zomato, you work for Zomato. Today you are not well, you don't want to log in, you can log off. There is an option in Uber, Ola, Zomato, Flipkart, Blinkit, everywhere there is an option of logging in, logging off. Here there is no option of logging in, logging off. You have to be there at the depot at 6 o'clock in the morning to pick up the paper and distribute to the households. So this is the challenge with us. Thank you so much. So, any question? Because I have got another 5 minutes, then I will leave the place. Yeah.
So you said that we should read newspaper as in like it's up to us. Then we can read whichever portion we want. Like if we want to read sports related news, we can straight away see the sports column. But isn't like can't we do the same thing on the news apps? Like there also we can select which type of news we want to watch.
But that you have to always flip. You have to close. You have to see. You have to move from one page to another or one screen to another screen. Here it is a product which is live in front of you. So, now what is the difference between e-book and the physical book? In physical book you can refer the pages, which page you want to go in. There it is slightly difficult. And it's a small screen, you may not have that kind of experience. The newspaper is a big size, so you can have that experience. Moreover, the analytics of any news, that's also important when you read the newspaper. So, social media, you don't have choice to segregate, or you don't get the different perspective. What is given to you? If I distribute today chocolate to you, or I have to distribute coffee to you, you don't have choice, no? But suppose that you go to a shop and you have a choice that मुझे coffee पीनी है, chocolate खाना है. That's how the newspaper, the difference between social media news coming to you. You open a Google, you will find something. आपके पास चॉइस नहीं, right? Any questions regarding this presentation or any clarifications or any thought coming into your mind? It's fine. Silence means either you have understood everything or you have not understood it all. There are two, silence talks about these two things. Hope you guys falls into first category. You have understood everything. Thank you.